Remember a few months ago when MSNBC's Chris Hayes invoked the Rand Paul, Matt Drudge, Alex Jones Infowars axis that he complained was set to influence the 2016 presidential election, sending the message to other leftist, statist media outlets to attack, character assassinate, and guilt by association Rand Paul, Matt Drudge, and Alex Jones. Well, this took another bizarre twist this morning when Keith Olbermann, who of course was hugely respected for his anti-Bush rants around 6 to 8 years ago, then of course basically disappeared into obscurity once Barack Obama was elected and pacified all the MSNBC leftists. He engaged in a vitriolic rant targeted at me and Matt Drudge, calling us the perfect trilogy, along with Lionel Media, perfect trilogy of paranoia, sophistry, tinfoil ass hattery. So this came completely out of nowhere. I'll tell you how it links to Rand Paul in a moment. And it quickly developed into a back and forth. I said, I may look young, but I'm old enough to remember when Keith Olbermann wasn't totally irrelevant. He responded, you don't look young. I responded back, in the words of Bob Dylan, I'm younger than you. When were you last doing serious media? 8 years ago? And it went on and on. And my last message was, seriously, Keith, I had huge respect for you. Now you're throwing ad hominems on Twitter. Disappointed. And then he went on to state that I believe in pixies, elves, and conspiracies. Now this is quite bizarre because although Olbermann is now obviously off MSNBC, he's off Al Gore's TV network. He's doing a late-night sports show on ESPN. He's still got over 500,000 followers on Twitter. Why is he attacking me and the Drudge Report? Well, it appears as though Olbermann is coming to the aid of his fellow leftist establishment media hack, Olivia Nuzzi. There, I pronounced it correctly, okay. Who, of course, yesterday, if you watched the video, came out with this hit piece against Rand Paul. And in the second sentence of the hit piece, she made an outright fabrication by saying that Alex Jones, who of course has interviewed Rand Paul on several occasions, is a, quote, moon landing denier. I pointed out that on numerous occasions Alex Jones has asserted his full and complete belief that the moon landings did happen. He's actually friends with Buzz Aldrin, who has been on the Alex Jones show to talk about the moon landing and the fact that it did really happen and that Alex Jones believes it happened at length. So then, of course, last night she put out another hit piece basically denying that a moon landing denier is somebody that denies that the moon landing happened, if you can try and work out that mental gymnastics, and actually equating Alex Jones with Holocaust denial in this article. So basically, Olivia Nuzzi got absolutely trounced on Twitter, and I think that Olbermann is now coming to her aid in attacking me, Matt Drudge, and Infowars. So it's just interesting that these leftist media personalities seem to have got the signal or agreed amongst themselves to go out and try and character assassinate Rand Paul by linking him with Drudge and Alex Jones and then making up outright fabrications about Jones. And then spewing hissy fits all over Twitter like Olbermann did today. Which is odd because just 2 years ago, Olbermann did a quick interview with We Are Change in which he encouraged people to question who was really behind 9/11. So is Keith Olbermann now a conspiracy theorist who believes in pixies and fairies for encouraging people to question the official version of events? And again, it's just strange because, I had huge respect for Olbermann back 6-8 years ago when he was repeatedly attacking the Bush administration with devastating effect. After Obama got into office, whom Olbermann vehemently supported, he basically disappeared into obscurity and now talks about baseball. But as I said yesterday, we're going to see more and more of this leftist media coalescing around this talking point, this character assassination of Rand Paul by trying to link him to Alex Jones and then making outright fabrications about Alex Jones. But the good news is that it doesn't work. These multi-billion-dollar corporations like the one that owns the Daily Beast, they're not trusted anymore. American trust in mainstream media is at an all-time low. And that's why the smears, the character assassinations against Rand Paul in 2010 during his senatorial campaign completely failed. They attempted to dig up some kind of dirt on him, basically non-existent, so they had to invoke the devastating Aqua Buddha scandal. A college prank from decades ago. That was the worst thing they could get on Rand Paul. It fell completely flat on its face. Rand Paul was successful. So it remains to be seen if Rand's going to get the Republican nomination. He's going to be up against some tough competition. But you can bet your bottom dollar that these leftist media outlets, the likes of Olbermann and Olivia Nuzzi, are going to do their level best to once again smear Rand Paul via character assassination and ad hominem fabrications about people who he's supposedly associated with just because he appears on their network occasionally. So we'll continue to track this. Keith Olbermann having fits on Twitter, apparently coming to the aid of his leftist establishment media hack buddy, Olivia Nuzzi. And very interesting to see them really engage in some very childish rhetoric in an attempt to demonize Rand Paul. Subscribe to the channel. This is Paul Joseph Watson reporting for Infowars.com.